The students roll into class for the Saturday morning session, each and every one of them sporting the tired eyes of people who have worked through the night. With only a day left to prepare, I suppose it's not so surprising. Thankfully, we only have to suffer through classes until the lunch break, and then our time is our own. Mucho lurches into class in a tired stagger. I suppose students aren't the only people here that enjoy their late Friday nights. Without saying a word, he scrawls some page and question numbers on the board and slumps down at his desk. It's completely atypical behavior for him, but it appears that no one in the class is going to call him out on it. Wordlessly, the students shuffle the textbooks into position and get to work. Not wanting to break the trend, I do the same. Fatigue has made the class antisocial. Not a peep is heard among the ruffling papers. That can partly be attributed to the two empty seats beside me. For some reason, Misha and Shizune aren't present, probably doing council work for the festival. It's very quiet without Misha present. I wonder if she was born as rowdy as she is, or if she's making up for Shizune's lack of voice. Nakai, can I speak with you for a moment? I'm so engrossed in thinking about Misha that I don't even notice Muto approaching my desk. Sure. What's this about? It's probably better if we speak outside the classroom. Something about this doesn't seem too good. But I stand up and follow him out into the hallway. Muto stands in the hallway, scratching his head as he works out what he's trying to say. Not knowing what's going on, I wait silently. I heard from the school's head nurse that you had an accident the other day. So it's about that. Well, kind of, but it's not anything to be worried about. Yes, it is. Anything that can endanger your health is something to be worried about. We try our best here to prepare you for your life here. Part of that involves knowing your limits, and how to work around them. It would be remiss of me if I didn't speak up about this. Alright, I get it, I'm sorry. Muto closes his eyes in frustrations, and I realize that this probably wasn't the best thing to say. Something tells me that you're not sorry. Pretend as much as you want, but this isn't a normal school. A lot of people have put in a lot of time, effort, and money to make sure that you and every other student here can have the same level of education as your peers. For you to abuse that by throwing out advice, especially medical advice, is plain selfish. I'm not quite sure if this is actually how he feels, or if this is some act that he's practiced many times to guilt trip students into doing the right thing. Either way, it's working. I understand. This is all new to me. I apologize. I know my limits now, and I'll be sticking to them. Mucho appears to lighten up a little, satisfied that his message has been received. So then, on to my next question. How are you finding your studies? I understand you were laid up for a while. We're not too far ahead, are we? I don't really think so. I tried to keep up when I was in the hospital, so it hasn't been too hard. Muto taps his chin and raises an eyebrow as he absorbs the information. Is that so? I suppose there are still students out there who realize the importance of learning. I wouldn't go that far. I was only trying to keep myself occupied in my little life support prison. Well, yeah, you've got to keep up with these things, right? That's exactly it. One wrong move in this world and you're left behind, right? Right. Wouldn't want that happening. No, you wouldn't. Every week there's a new scientific discovery. Most of them mean nothing to the layperson, but any one of them could be the key to the next big thing. I'll keep that in mind. It's obvious that Muto's serious talk is over, and he's gone back to his standard, slightly scatterbrained approach to life. I think in hindsight that I prefer him this way. He's slightly more predictable in his unpredictability. Well then, I think that's all I really had to say. Let's get back inside, shall we? My relief at that suggestion is insurmountable. Sure, you're the boss, right? Muto pauses for a moment. I don't think any of my students have ever said that to me before. For an instant, I consider replying to this, but something deep within me tells me to shut my mouth and get back into the classroom. Good talk, Muto. A few of the students jump at the sound of the door, rapidly trying to pretend that they are working out the questions on the board. Some don't even bother, their heads slumped on the desk as they nap. Thankfully, it would appear that Muto does not even notice them. He returns to his desk and retrieves a scientific journal from one of the drawers. I guess I got him there. Class returns to the near silence that Muto and I left it before our chat. Mixed feelings of tiredness and anticipation buzz around the room. Everyone here is waiting for a chance to rest, or the chance to get their last-minute preparations underway. The clock on the wall slowly ticks the remaining class time away, until finally, the bells cry out, ending the torment. Before you all leave, I expect the answers for those problems by Monday. The class sighs as one, instantly regretting slacking off, but still acutely aware of the more pressing issues at hand. The classroom empties in a blink, as everyone rushes to their last-minute festival preparations. I stay behind and try to quickly finish the question so I don't have to bother with it over the rest of the weekend, with the festival and all tomorrow. Apart from me, Hanako's the only one left, obviously waiting for Lily. It's weird that Lily comes all the way to our classroom to pick her up. I expect that moving around is at least nominally harder for her than it is for Hanako. But it's none of my business, and I naturally don't ask about it from Hanako. Despite the relatively proximity of our seats, neither tries to strike up a conversation about that or anything else either. So an oppressive silence falls upon the classroom. What do you mean, relative proximity of our seats? We're on like the opposite sides of the room. Time passes in silence. Probably just 15 minutes or so, but it feels longer. I turn this page to my notebook. Hanako turns pages of the novel she's reading. My pencil lead splinters against the paper just when I was about to finish a paragraph. The sounds of my irritated sigh and subsequent fumbling for a sharpener feel like they're breaking the mood of the classroom. Hanako keeps her eyes firmly away from my direction. Before long, Lily's tall figure appears in the doorway. Hanako? Her name is all that it takes to make Hanako jump from her desk and run to Lily. They talk quietly for a moment, but it isn't long before Lily leaves down the hall again, and Hanako idles back into the classroom, taking her seat once again. I watch Hanako out of the corner of my eye, out of sheer curiosity at the idea that the two would be separated. For a couple minutes, she does nothing but sit with her chin in her hand, staring at the desk dejectedly. The boredom evidently becomes too much for her, though, her slender frame reaching into her bag and pulling out a small book. Come to think of it, that isn't the one I saw her reading at the library. She must be quite a fast reader to get through them at this rate. Hey, we finished 200 pages in like one night, dude. After about 10 minutes of restlessly shuffling in her seat trying to read, Hanako closes her books and leaves too. As should I, since the assignment is all but finished, and there's nothing to do in the classroom. Not that I have anything to do anywhere else either. School is a beehive of activity, but no one pays me any heed. I saunter past classrooms filled with students frantically doing this and that, buzzing around like little worker bees. You wouldn't guess that the school day is over. It's a bit quieter outside, but not by much. People zip by left and right, hurrying quickly as they can, busy and energetic. I feel the opposite. The midday sun seems to be draining all the spirit out of my body, making me feel limp all over. Warm, soft air flows inside my shirt, feeling like a cushion. I yawn lazily, think about what I'd do. I'll drop off my books at the dorms first, and then something I haven't decided yet. Maybe Kenji's in his room. Oh, we're gonna talk to Kenji, eh? On the way to dorms, I spot Emmy coming my way, running despite not having those weird running prosthetics on. I wave at her, and she skids to a stop. Wait, she has legs for walking and running? Okay.
Yo, Hisao!
Splatters of white and green paint adorn her nose and chin respectively, but her smile is wide, as it seems it always is. She leans closer to me, amplifying the feeling she's examining me.
What you doing?
Nothing, really. I don't have anything to do for the festival, and everyone else seems to be doing something important.
That's perfect. Then you can help me and Rin.
With the festival preparations? I'm not sure I would be of much help.
That's fine. I'm not much help either.
Emmy grabs my wrist and starts dragging me back inside the school quite forcefully. Okay, I could hanging out with Emmy and Rin. I hope Lily and Hanako haven't been closed off. I know Shizune and Misha are, but even a walking speed is more like jogging, making me stumble over myself simply trying to keep up. The stairs slow Emmy down a bit. Maybe it's hard to climb with her legs, or maybe she's trying to run out of breath. We go all the way back to the 3rd floor, and to the seniors' hallway, ending up where I left 5 minutes ago. I could just as well have stayed here, waiting for Emmy, had I known. So, are you... is Rin working on that mural still?
That's right. She needs all kinds of paints and brushes and stuff, so I'm going to get them from the art classroom.
And you need me to help with that?
Well, Rin told me that you already helped her, so I thought what you wouldn't mind.
I see. So, thanks to Emmy's flaky logic, here I am again, collecting stuff from the art classroom for other people. God damn it. The room is empty apart from ourselves and the lonely specks of dust floating in the air. Emmy skips straight away to the back wall, digging out a tiny, crumpled piece of paper from her pocket. While she tries to make sense of the scrawled handwriting, I take a closer look at the materials lying around here. Dozens of paint cans and bottles are arranged on the shelves in a most unorganized fashion. Some look like they've been left here for several decades, relics of previous art club generations. Next to the heavy stacks of neatly piled drawing paper are boxes full of different sized brushes and unsorted crayons. Smells of paint, turpentine, and fresh paper float in the stale air, mixing my nostrils to form that unmistakable scent of art. Emmy studies her notes, comparing them to markings on the various paint cans, and passes them to me as she finds the correct matches. She stretches her neck to look on the topmost shelf, but it's not quite enough. Her eye level stays below the shelf no matter what she does. Emmy gives up and just looks up to the shelf longing, like a child at a toy store, huffing in annoyance. After a moment of building anger, she starts jumping up and down, apparently trying to speed read the labels during the fraction of a second she can see them, and catch what she can. It's no surprise that she fails miserably, and almost manages to bring the entire shelf crashing down. Now I see why lending me a hand would be useful. Come on, let me do that. You can't jump high enough, and I don't want you to hurt yourself trying. Also, I'm like twice your height.
You are not!
She turns around, flaring scorn, flushed cheeks and all. Just kidding, just kidding. Anyway, I'll look up there, okay? She glares at me one more time, but can't come up with a retort. With a grudging, turns her back to me. So I begin scrounging around the top shelf for paint while below, and me crouches to scavenge what she can from the cupboards. I shake my head a little, after double-checking to ensure that she can't see me do so. I mean, having a complex about height was a surprise. I wouldn't have joked about it otherwise. She seems easygoing, but I guess everyone has their weak spots. Well, I mean, when you're missing your legs, I guess height is not something you really want to talk about. Only after we have almost all the items collected and spread out on a desk like treasure hunter spoils, do I realize that it wasn't necessarily the height jab that got her riled up. She might not like to be told that she can't do something, like jump. But Amy herself seems to have forgotten all about it already. Quick to anger, quick to forgive. Is she that type of person? At least, she doesn't seem to have taken anything to heart, as she chatters away happily while we pick up the rest of the items and then make our way back to Rin. I chivalrously carry the bulk of the materials as we make our way back to the dormitories.
Rin is really stressed out about getting her painting done. It's her own fault, though. She should have started earlier.
Is she gonna make it?
No idea. It looks good to me. But with Rin, you never know what's going on. I found her this morning lying in front of the dorm in fetal position. She hadn't slept all night. I can't believe that the night nurses hadn't found her. Now she's painting again like crazy.
Yeah, I've noticed that she comes off as kinda unhinged, so to speak. And me giggles at that, as well as my likely too obvious awkwardness.
I don't mind it. She's just a little weird sometimes.
On that, I can agree with her. Unlike me, Emmy seems to be cool with Rin's whatever it is that feels so off about her. Still, they don't feel close like Misha and Shizune do, with them working as a single entity sometimes. It's hard to say where one ends and the other begins. Even though they're so different, just like Emmy and Rin are. And Rin is the most different of them all. Different from anyone else I've met. Yeah, I guess she's a very, unique person. I return to that word again, as if it encompasses Rin's personality by itself, but really it's just a substitute for a lengthy description of her oddities. And me giggles as I grasp around for a properly descriptive word.
She's just weird. You know, earlier, she just spent half an hour sitting on her box and stared at her toes.
She giggles again, in a way that makes me think that she doesn't know what's funny about it. It just is.
All that time.
The working area is a mess, but the mural itself has taken over even more of the wall since I last saw it. The disfigured human figures have been mostly colored in tones of red, pink, and orange. Weird, imaginary things start populating the spaces between. It looks nice. I can't think of any word that would describe the word concisely and comprehensively, so I settle myself on a non-descriptive nice. But honestly, it seems that the area around the wall becomes untidier at the same rate the mural progresses. Ground is littered with dozens of paint cans, various art supplies, and empty soda bottles. Rin herself is in the center of this chaos, standing there looking very cozy, as if she was a natural part of the scene. Her pant legs have been rolled up to her knees, exposing her thin legs, which sport a drying spectrum of war paintings, similar to those on Emmy's face. Emmy sprints to Rin ahead of me, and gleefully jumps in front of her.
I'm back!
That was fast. Did you run in the corridors again?
Hisao helped me.
Emmy points victoriously at me. Rin turns around following Emmy's finger with her eyes, looking at my general direction. She nods absent-mindedly at me. She looks like she hasn't slept since last night. A vacant, glazed stare that's focused slightly off me, in movements like in a slow-motion movie. Hello, Hisao. Thank you for the help. Don't mention it. I just did. Never mind. Looks like you made progress. Looking good, as far as I could tell. But now you get more bad luck. I know, but I'm willing to take the risk. That's a very nice thing to say. For me, of course, not for you. This is why artists are always unlucky. They have to constantly look at their unfinished paintings. So artists can't find romance. Their favorite TV shows are cancelled, or they die young because of an unspecified disease. It's a deep and mysterious law of the universe. Unless they're blind. She considers this for a while, looking like she's gonna fall asleep. There is a boy. At the art club, you see, blind boy, so he doesn't, see. You should become an artist. No bad luck guaranteed. Don't you think that would be a good idea? That only blind people should become artists? No, not as such. You might have a point. Abandoning this train of thought, she turns again to consider her work, and starts humming a tune that I think I recognize, but I can't remember the name of. Emmy arranges the supplies we brought, and moves a few paint cans around, trying to bring some organization to the scene. Can I go hang out with Lily and Hanako now? Emmy, I need the Prussian... Emmy, I need the Prussian blue paint.
Oh, which one's Prussian blue?
She's staring helplessly at 7 or 8 cans, each with a different tone of blue. It's the one with the Prussian blue paint in it.
Jeez, Rin, you're not helping at all!
I look around as well, even though I don't know what Prussian blue looks like either. I wonder what blue has to do with Prussia. Or what Prussia even is. It sounds vaguely familiar, but I can't place it. Is that a place? I think it's a place. While none of the blues look more Prussian than the others, the small print on the label is legible enough to determine that none say anything about the contents being Prussian. There is no Prussian blue here.
We need to go get more then.
I open my mouth to say that, actually, we're not both needed for such a simple task, like finding another pot of Prussian blue. But Emmy's already grabbed my arm and started dragging me off. I wave to Rin, who doesn't seem to notice that the two of us are even leaving. Okay, I guess we're going back. Well, she'll notice once she goes for Prussian blue and finds out it's still not there. Maybe. Probably not, actually. While I'm busy thinking about how weird Rin is, Emmy's been dragging me back to the art classroom. I feel myself starting to run out of breath. What's the rush?
Huh?
Emmy's giving me an appraising look, as if she's trying to figure something out. And it's just that you seem to be in a hurry. I'm not sure I can keep up. Comprehension dawns on her face.
You're not out of breath, are you?
There's almost an accusing playfulness to her tone. I'm tempted to deny it. But then I realize I've been breathing heavy since we stopped. Guess it's kind of obvious. A little. Not everyone can be in shape, you know. Takes all kinds, right? Emmy frowns. It's not a particularly good frown. That is... I should get in shape? Not that I hadn't already decided to try for that. After that photo on the track, I figured there's a real need to get into some sort of running habit. I was, after all, feeling pretty good until I had my false alarm. Well, actually I wasn't, but it was fun? Meanwhile, my comments seemed to help Emmy come to some sort of decision.
Well, that's it then.
She gives me a serious look.
You're joining me.
What? I beg your pardon?
In the mornings. You and I are now running partners. I've got a routine all planned out, in fact.
She produces a crumpled sheet of paper.
I've got it right here with me.
I take the sheet of paper and give it a once-over. Times, dates, and laps all laid out. A slow increase from just a few laps a day to... My god! Does she expect to have me running marathons?
And where did she find the time to get this all together? And how long has she been playing this anyway?
You've been planning this?
A little. But it's really the nurse's idea. He told me to keep an eye on you, to make sure you exercise like he told you to.
A vast conspiracy? Maybe Kenji's onto something here. This seems a bit much for just keeping an eye on me.
Well, to be honest, I've been trying to find a running partner in the mornings for a while now.
My god, Kenji. If only you could see the scheme unfolding. What do you need a partner for anyway?
It's easy to keep a workout if you're not the only one doing it. Isn't that obvious? You're less likely to quit if someone else is kind of going to be there, right?
I see. This won't only keep you running, but it'll make sure that I keep running as well. Meaning that I'll be obeying the nurse.
And I'll be keeping an eye on you, just like he asked. You caught on quick, Hisao.
And if I refuse? I have no intention of refusing, of course. But I've got to at least put up a token of resistance to such a masterfully executed plan.
Well, if you refused, I'd have to pout. And you'd have to live with being the guy who made Emi Ibarazaki pout. You don't want that on your conscience, do you? I start to demonstrate, and he begins pouting. It's the most adorable, heart-wrenching thing I've ever seen. Okay, I'll do it. Just don't do that. I just feel like I hit a puppy. So it's settled, right? You're gonna be my running partner? Follow the workout? And the dietary plan?
Dietary plan?
Yeah, the dietary plan. You've got to eat healthy if you're gonna get in shape, you know.
I examine the workout routine closely. I don't see a dietary plan on here.
Oh, right, I forgot to give that to you.
Another crumpled sheet of paper is produced and handed over. It's somewhat less detailed.
I had the nurse help me come up with it.
The amount of dedication that a nurse has to keeping me in good health is pretty overwhelming. I don't know many school nurses who would get one of their students to spy on me, much less help come up with a dietary plan. Then again, I guess I'm not in a normal school. And maybe that's not such a bad thing. Then again, the dietary plan seems to cut out just about everything that'll be offered at the festival tomorrow. So when does that running start?
After the festival.
Right after? what if I had something to eat there? I could get a stomachache, you know.
I meant the day after the festival.
I knew that. Wasn't this something we were supposed to be doing? Oh, I guess we should get that paint for Rin, huh?
Oh no, it slipped my mind.
I think we've chosen a path, even though I didn't mean to. I mean, I kind of did. We decided that we needed to run like a fucking hero for some reason, and now I think Lily and Hanako are sealed off, which is kind of unfortunate. By the time we get the paint and back to the mural, Rin's already wandered off. Oh well. I mean, I bolt aside to part ways there, leaving the paint on the ground. Rin will find it whenever she comes back anyway. Festival's tomorrow. I'm actually a little excited for it. Okay, well, I just confirmed it by looking it up because I'm curious. We did in fact lock ourselves out of any route besides Emmy's. And Rin's possibly, I'm not entirely sure. But, that's, I don't know. I don't know if we wanna, because we do this, we make a save, and I go to load, and I don't know where the, here, will I be able to do more? We should have said take it easy. We should have said take it easy. But now we're on a different route, and I don't know what I want to do, because I wanted to do the one route and then just be done with this game probably, because I didn't assume people would want to see multiple routes. But now we're so far into the other route. I mean, we're not so far, because we haven't even gone to the other acts yet, but I don't know. I mean, would it be weird if I just time traveled back and started doing this route then? This is tough decisions. I mean, Emmy's cool and all. I like Emmy's like my second or third favorite person in this game. But take it easy. That route will always be back there in case you want to go back to it. Maybe I'll finish this game so fast that I can just continue on the route without you guys ever having seen this one, and then I could just upload this afterwards. I just want to do this route first, you know? Hello everybody, my name is Damon, and welcome back to some more Katawa Shoujo on Emmy's route, which to you probably doesn't seem any different because it's only been about a week since episode 8 went up, and this is technically episode 9 of Emmy's route, even though for me, it's been quite a little while because I had done all of Hanako's route first because I just felt like doing that, getting it all out of the way and then going to this one. So for my own sake, let us rewind a little bit so that we can get a little caught up again back on the story. Oh, I guess we should get that paint for Rin, huh?
Oh no, it slipped my mind.
Yeah, of course it did. By the time we get the paint and get back to the mural, Rin's already wandered off. Good job, Rin. So let's look at this again. There was a guy here once that was sitting in a chair. At least I think there was. Maybe there was, maybe there wasn't, I don't know. Who knows? Rin's already wandered off. Oh well. Em and I both decided to part ways there, leaving the paint on the ground. Rin will find it, whenever she comes back anyway. Maybe. Festival's tomorrow. I'm actually a little excited for it. At the same time, we slept me feeling pretty tired, so I read a little and then go to bed. Woot woot. Bedtime. Love the song. Love all the songs in this game. Also, an interesting thing about this game that some of you that are watching this probably didn't know. This game wasn't made in Japanese. This was made by a bunch of English people in America. It was made in the English language first. The like I already said in a past video, the Japanese, or like at least in edited, the title cards or whatever, the Japanese version came out 2015. They finally translated it after like 6 years. I think, no, this game came out 2013, so this was like 2 or 3 years or so since the English version came out, and now there's the Japanese version for those that actually want to play in Japanese and understand what's going on. What did I always say? The next day I wake up feeling a little lightheaded. It's still almost noon already. Sleeping late is fine, since it's a Sunday and there are no classes. Not just the Sunday, though, but the festival as well. From my window, I can already see some people at the soba booth slinging noodles onto plates for people with a craving for low-quality food. I throw back a handful of my morning meds and ponder how to spend the day. There'll be a few exams in the coming week, but I don't consider those as ominous as others, so I'm not as worried about them as I probably should be. With no urgent obligations regarding education, I should be free to spend the day at the festival as I like. Here we go again. Finishing my morning routine, I exit into the hallway, intending to go out and find something to eat. Passing by his door, I decide to see what Kenji's up to today, out of impulse. I'm curious if he has any plans, since everyone else is doing something. But then again, I could picture him having a soundproof shelter in his room. Or possibly something like a fort, complete with a "No Girls Allowed" sign, and with the girls crossed out and body scrawled crudely underneath it. Knocking on his door, which is luckily devoid of any kind of sign, I hear again the unsettling clicking of at least 10 locks being pulled back. The door opens a crack. "Who is it?" You're supposed to ask that before you open the door. "No, it's you. Damn, it's early." It's not really that early. "No, what is it, man?" "Nothing. We're just gonna ask what you're gonna do today. Half the school's out there already." "Out where? Why?" "What? What? Is today special? Where are they? Who are they?" "I can hear them. It's loud. Don't tell me. Has the invasion begun?" He suddenly looks more alarmed. "What day is it, man?" Yeah, I guess you can't see the big wooden booths outside and people selling stuff. "What the hell are you talking about? I have my curtains closed at all times to thwart the snipers." It's the festival. You know that, right?" "No shit, that's today? Ah, damn. Damn it. I can't believe I forgot. I don't have my Ford finished yet. Now this is bad. It's gonna be a very bad day. It's good you told me this, man. This is gonna be a bad day." "Why?" "No, man. They're gonna be everywhere. There's the people outside my window, socializing." Kenji rubs his temples nervously, suddenly looking very ill. It's gonna be loud as hell. Damn, I was gonna go out today, but now it's ruined. Everything is ruined. This is awful. This sucks. What the hell? This really sucks. I can't go anywhere now. There's no way to run. Kenji seems nervous. You could even say he's majorly freaking out. I can't believe this. So that's what today was. Damn, and I couldn't even prepare for it. I couldn't even brace myself. And now it's here and I can't do anything. You should have told me this earlier, dude. I mean, at least I know. But I could have known earlier. Imagine what I could have accomplished. Sorry, I thought you knew. So I guess you're not gonna do anything today? Weather's even good. I guess it was really windy, so I thought today would be cold. It's not, though. There's no reason to just stay inside. Yeah, you should check the festival out. Kenji groans and covers his face with his hands. No, I can't do it. Leave me alive out there, I know it. That has to be a joke. We said with such a straight face. Or relatively straight. Then what are you gonna do? Hey, we should hang out here, and you can help me build my fort. We might still make it if we work together. I wonder. I'm kinda hungry, but I made this deal that I try to take better care of myself. Be healthier, you know? Don't know if I should steer clear of the takoyaki or head straight in. Deal? Sounds ominous. So what are you getting in return? Nothing, I guess. It's not that kind of deal. You know Emmy, from our year, we kinda agreed to watch each other's backs and... Ah! The shrill scream and the expression of abject terror in Kenji's face chill my blood. As if I told a Catholic priest I sold my soul to the devil. Her? You sold your soul to the devil, and you didn't get anything in return? What the hell is wrong with you, man? Do you know who you are dealing with? She's a public health danger. Do you know how many people she sent to the hospital monthly with her carefully placed flying tackles? She's one of them, a key player in the vast conspiracy that aims for the complete submission of everything that is manly. I can't believe what I'm hearing. I trusted in your judgment, man. I thought we were brothers. You have to call it off before it's too late. The festival, too. It's just one of their ploys. He fingers the scarf nervously, faster and faster, like he's trying to start a fire, then begins slowly to calm down once the panic attack finishes running its course. I'm gonna have to find some place to hide in, a safe haven, and then knock the lights on myself so I don't have to experience this horrible day. I have the perfect thing for that. I must prepare now. Don't go to the festival. Okay. Later, dude. Door slowly closes with a creak, and I don't know how to feel about what Kenji just said. It's kinda unsettling, and now I start to feel doubtful myself. Should I bother going? I've got a book I've been meaning to read. Something about an underground postal system that may or may not exist. Underground postal system. Don't know if I read that. And short, too. Could have finished it in a day. But would that be a good way to spend my time? Well, yeah, it definitely would be. But I suppose it would be a better idea to head outside. See the festival. Try to integrate with all the sideshow acts. Honestly, I should at least make an attempt to keep up the somewhat friendly personality I've had this past week. Maybe get something to eat. My stomach suggests. It's almost lunchtime. I could at least grab something from one of the stalls outside. I'm soon outside, surrounded by various students and people who may or may not be their parents.